Hi, my name is Jo and I suffer from eczema. I've probably had eczema for much of my life. It tends to ebb and flow, so whenever I've had a stressful period in my life, the eczema has generally flared up as a result of that. On an average day, if I do have eczema, it can itch, it can be quite sore and red, but if I'm not in a period of eczema, then my skin is just generally quite dry. On a very bad day, my skin can often crack and split, and sometimes in the past it has weeps as well. So I remember doing my A-levels. I had quite a bad bout of eczema behind my ear, and then my ear split, and it was just incredibly painful, incredibly itchy, and I just felt like it was never going to end, really. In the past, eczema has made me feel quite self-conscious. I've had it on my face before, which has probably been the worst part, whereby no amount of makeup will cover it, and if the makeup is on top of the skin when it's in a flare, then it ends up making it worse anyway, so it's almost a little bit of a false economy, really. The most eczema has affected my confidence. I can think of two occasions. Once when I was doing my finals and I was studying, and I had a huge patch of eczema around my mouth, and you end up talking but covering your face with your hand just so that people aren't staring. And I think the other time, after having my eldest child, my hand became very inflamed with eczema, started to crack, and in my career I have to shake a lot of people's hands. So putting your hand out when your hand doesn't look very attractive can make you very self-aware. I think day-to-day eczema affects my life in that if I'm having a flare-up, I'm just more self-conscious. I think sometimes if it's visible, then you just become more self-conscious generally. I think when eczema is quite bad, and it's usually a number of reasons, usually stress-related. If I'm around other people and I start to feel the itch and I start to scratch, obviously people are aware of you doing that and just naturally look. But then of course once you start scratching, it's very difficult to stop. So you become a little bit self-conscious about how you're behaving and your movements, really. I can recall a time when my eldest son commented on my hand. I'd had my second child and the skin from my thumb started to peel quite a bit, so the eczema was quite aggressive and angry, very red, and the skin just kept peeling and peeling and peeling, and he wanted to know why Mummy's thumb was falling off. So as innocent as he meant it, it made me feel very self-conscious. In the past, in terms of skincare regimes, I have used steroid creams which haven't worked. What I have found to work really well is creams that are really rich in moisture and that are quite light in weight. The QV products that I have used in the past have been QV cream. It's very lightweight, and as a daily moisturiser it really helps. But the product that I absolutely swear by is the intensive ointment. So I'm a great believer in putting moisture back into the skin. And when I've used that in the past, both on myself and my two young boys, the difference that it's made has been brilliant. At the moment, I manage my skin condition by making sure that I apply sunscreen, making sure that I apply a moisturiser, trying not to put my hands too much in water. With children, it's incredibly difficult to do that because your hands are constantly in water. But really just trying to be aware and recognising when a flare-up's about to happen so that I can preempt that and reach for the intensive ointments and creams, really. If my skin condition flares up, I think it really niggles me, it bothers me. It's constantly present. You either see it all the time if it's on your hands, or you're constantly aware of it. I think I felt confident in my skin when I've had a bout of eczema, and then that eczema has cleared up, because the difference that you feel when you're not hiding or trying to conceal something with makeup, and when it does decide to subside, you do have a renewed sense of confidence with that. I think the one piece of advice I would give to somebody who wants to feel confident in their skin would be that beauty is more than skin deep, and that everything is for a reason, and you've just got to help manage whatever it is that you're dealing with in the right way, but accept that you as a person are far more important than what everybody else might see on the surface.